My name is Blake Williams, and this is Chris Durden. Today we will be interviewing the one, the only, Chris Pinard.
How are you doing today?
Doing great, guys.
That's good. Now, can you tell us how did you get into the auctioning career?
Auctioning career. I've attended auctions my whole life with my family. We went to horse and goat sales when I was a young kid, and then my grandfather started going to business liquidation auctions, and I caught the auction bug, bit me early on. Just got a passion and a fire for the deal and started following more and more auctions, and somehow wound up an auctioneer.
Now, what exactly is an auction bug?
The auction bug, like I say, for me, it was just a fire that lit inside of me. It was just an adrenaline that I get every time I go to a sale, and just a passion. You imagine, you think of a bug bites you, you always think of it stings or it does something, but this lit a fire within me, and I call it the auction bug.
I got you. And you recently won something to do with auctioning, correct?
I won the Georgia Auctioneers Association Pro Championship.
Now, how big is that? Because when you talk about the championship, that sounds like a big deal. So.
It is. The Georgia Association has grown a lot over the years. Usually there's 2 or 3 guys that'll compete in that deal, but it's grown now to. I think this time there was only 6 that made it because of some travel issues, but it's grown to a big deal, and it's an honor to win it because they've actually opened it up to outside folks. So we had some folks from out of state here also, so it wasn't only Georgia auctioneers in the competition.
So what do y'all do at these competitions?
It's basically just like any other auction. We'll bring 3 items to donate to the auction to the association, and we'll sell our own items. There's usually 3 to 5 judges that judge you on bid catching ability, clarity of your voice. There's a whole list of things they judge on.
And whenever you won, were you like overwhelmed? Like, what was your reaction?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was because there was a easy top 3 there. I thought when I got there, me and a couple of other guys, felt like one of the 3 of us would probably have an opportunity of winning it, and it was one of those situations where any guy could have won it on any given day, and it was very overwhelming to pull it off and win it with those guys in the contest also.
Yeah. And the GAA is what it's called, correct?
Right. Georgia Auction Association.
What have they done for you? Like, how have they shaped your life?
Really and truly, I just got into the associations. I've been bid calling auctioneer since 2007, and I just joined the association in 2018. But since then, I've noticed a great impact on my career as far as networking, just meeting other people that do what I do, and a lot of businesses and stuff are very competitive, and there's a lot of intensity when you're around competitors, but these guys are all like family, and getting to know a lot of them and networking with them has really boosted my career.
I see. And how many years have you performed, bid calling for the Lane Brothers?
I started work with Lane Brothers, would have been spring of 2015.
Okay.
So 7 years now.
Dang, that's a long time to be.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Just hearing you talk, I can hear an auctioneer's voice.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense, but
very fast and well spoken. And how many competitions have you competed in throughout these 7 years or so?
This would have been my second time competing in the Georgia Auctioneers Association deal. Last year, or in 2020, I finished second in it. And I've competed in the WLAC also, which is the World Livestock Auction Competition. And with that deal, this will be my 3rd year going into the semifinals. With that one, you have to go through a qualifying round. They have 3 qualifying rounds, and they take the top 10 from each 3 to make the 30 semifinalists for the world contest. And I was in it in 19. Obviously, I didn't have anything in 20 due to COVID and all, but 21 I came back and wound up making the top 10 in the world, finishing 6th. And I made the semifinals again for this year. So in June, I'll be competing for a world title.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, what is the criteria of winning one of these competitions?
You mean after you win it, kind of deal? What do you have to do, or?
Like, how do you get your way to compete on the level that you're going to be competing on?
Yeah, these like the deal I'm going into for the World Livestock Auction deal is like I said earlier, it's just a process, qualification rounds, and for that you just basically sign up and pay an entry fee and you're in. But to get to that qualifying round, or once you're at the qualifier, like I competed against 35 guys in my qualifier, and they'll judge and take the top 10 of those. So by the time we get to 30 stacked up for the world, there may have been 100 to 150 that entered those qualifying rounds. So the qualifying rounds, just pay your money and show up that day. But then once you qualify, it's a process from there on out. You're in.
I gotcha. And you grew up around here, right?
Yep, right here in Swainsboro my whole life.
Wow. And did you attend Swainsboro High School?
I did. Graduated in 2003 from Swainsboro High School. Attended East Georgia for a little while and couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And that's when I went in '07 to auction school, and it's been a career ever since.
And is that like your main job, or do you do?
That's all I do.
things? Wow.
That's all I do.
I take it that you enjoy it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it to death. Love it to death. I've always been a talker and always been a people person, and I love crowds. I love just communication, and what better way to communicate than selling your stuff to him?
Yeah.
Putting you two together and making one a living and selling something to somebody that they may need down the road. So
Makes sense.
pretty fun deal.
Would you be able to give us kind of a demonstration of
Maybe a little short clip it.
Yeah.
Sell me this watch.
Buy the watch, $5, now 10, 8, 5, little bit of 10, little bit of 10, now 10, little bit of 10, 15, 15, little bit of 20, but it is here in 5, 20, 5, little bit. You want to get 5, sir? Sold it to him. $20, you missed her.
Oh, I missed. I gotta be fast.
Speed it up.
Yeah.
Time is money.
See, I used to
Time is money.
When I was younger, my grandpa would take me to I think it was like I don't know,
Where the goat sell.
something like that. It was in I want to say it was in Metter.
Yeah,
It
I
burned
sold
down.
it for years. Yep,
It burned down, and then he went to some of the ones
lines.
actually down here in
Yeah,
Swainsboro.
yep, R&R out on 56.
And
Yep.
I think I went to 2 of those, but no, it was really neat to just like be there and just I was like, how do they speak so fast?
That's right. Well, see, the auction bug almost bit you. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
almost.
it's just
I
the
was just
intensity of the moment when you're in those places. For me, I mean, I sold Matter when I got out of school in '07. I was working anywhere to do with an auction that they would give me an opportunity, working the ring, sweeping the floor. I didn't care. I just wanted to be there and be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a situation came up one night, and the guy was like, "Hey, I need you to get up here and sell it." So I was kind of thrown into fire. It was like sink or swim kind of moment, and which I actually sold my very first piece out here at the barn you're talking about, R&R,
Yeah.
before I went to school. Guy gave me an opportunity out there to sell some miscellaneous stuff, but then after I got back out of school in '07, I went to school with some guys, and I've got auction friends all over the United States now that, are lucky to sell 3 gigs a year. I sell 3 a week, every week at least.
That's crazy.
And, it's a hard deal to get into and crack into, and Metter was actually my first full-time gig, and I've built off of it. Everybody heard me there, and I've just had an opportunity to expand from it.
Yeah. Whenever you started, or I guess when you said you were thrown into it before you were actually got into auctioning, was it hard to keep up? Did you have to practice to speak really fast, or did it just kind of come naturally?
Yeah, as far as that goes, I mean, in the school they'll teach you some tongue twisters, riddles and rhymes kind of deal, just to kind of to build a rhythm off of. Basically, is what that is.
Okay.
They'll teach you a basic chant. Everything you just heard me do started out with $5 bidder, now 10. Would you give me 10? And that's the basic deal that they teach you, and you create what you want from it. And obviously, different sales have different tempos. If I'm selling to you guys who don't go to auctions all the time, I'll get in one pace. If I'm selling to on tomorrow, I'll be at Southern Livestock down in Oak Park, selling cattle to professional buyers and dealers. So there I can move at a lot more rapid pace. Those guys sit in a sale every day of the week. And that's what they do is buy.
Yeah.
So it all depends on those people and all that. But basically the whole deal of it that I was taught in school was rhythm and clarity.
Yeah.
Get a rhythm that's pleasing to listen to and keeps the crowd engaged, and be clear enough that they don't have to put their hand up to their ear and wonder where you are. Everybody knows it's transparent, but it's moving along at a pace that's keeping everything going for the day. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
and it's just interesting to me. I don't know. I love it.
No, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Is there a favorite thing you like to sell or bid off?
Not really. I tell people all the time, I'll sell $2 box lots, or I'll sell $500,000 combines. I love it all. I just enjoy
The art of doing
just the art of doing it, and being able, like I told you earlier, being able to connect that buyer and seller. That's what I'm there for, basically, as a negotiating factor in their trade. And except these guys go up to a John Deere dealership, they may spend 2 to 3 weeks scratching their head and making phone calls if they want to buy it or not. But when you're sitting in front of me, you got 30 seconds to a minute tops
You
to make up your mind if you want to do that. And it's my job to create that sense of urgency
Yeah.
in you. Hey, let's go and get it done.
I think it's more engaging that way too.
It is.
When you're sitting there and you're listening to it, and it's fast paced, and it's just like, I need to get it before other people bid it, so
That's
I
right.
get it at a lower price and
That's
stuff
right.
like that. So it's just, yeah, I can definitely see that being a lot more interesting and engaging than going to just like like you said, the John Deere
That's
place
right.
or whatever, and just buying it outright.
What's the most expensive item that you've bid it off?
It would probably be somewhere along those a big tractor or combine. I know I sold a piece about 2 months ago. Sold a John Deere tractor that was brought $395,000.
Wow.
I'm quite sure I've sold a piece a little over that, but not much over that as far as just one item.
And do you make like, I'm not sure how you get paid in the auction, but do you get like commissions off of like?
Yeah, most of the guys that I work for, I just subcontract. I don't own anything. Okay. I don't handle any money. I have a day rate. You know, like Lane Brothers, obviously they get a commission from the seller and a commission from the buyer. I have a day rate that I go in and say I'll sell a day for this much money, and I did that to make it easy on myself. You know, the cattle auctioneers, you get out of state down in Florida, Alabama, some of these guys will have a rate of, say, X amount of dollars for 500 head of cattle, and anything over that, so many dollars per head or whatever. But I just set a day rate and that everybody can live with, and I take the good with the bad. If we have a short day, it's money in my pocket. If we have a long day, it's money in your pocket, kind of thing.
That does make it simple.
That's right.
I'm sure it's good money considering that is your full-time job.
It is. It's good money, and once you get in with the right people. I mean, like any other job, I've had people that wanted to work you all day for peanuts, but you know, definitely. once you build a reputation and kind of show people you value,
especially
it's very rewarding.
Winning a state championship.
It has opportunity for getting a little perks, but I can't get the Lane Brothers to seem to see that yet.
Yeah. Hey, once you win that world title,
that's right.
Then you can be like, all right, I'm a little above what you guys are, putting me at.
Tell him he was on a podcast.
Yeah, tell him you're on the Blade podcast, and they'll be like, oh, whatever you want.
That's right. That's right. Name your price.
Yeah, basically.
Now that I was thinking about it, when you're doing a bid, I know it can get long. It can be short. Do you know the longest bid that you've ever done?
No, I wouldn't have any idea. I mean, I would say probably you talking about just on one item, maybe 3 to 5 minutes tops. You know, we get on one of those high dollar pieces where people, you want to give that man an opportunity. If he's going to spend $500,000, you want to give him a second to talk to his wife or his brother or his partner or whoever. I mean, at the end of the day, my job is to get as much money as I can for the seller.
Right.
I mean, that's my number one job when I step up to an auction each and every time, is to get the seller most that his stuff's worth. So given that, you have to create a sense of urgency to a point of, just like that a while ago was a prime example. I sold the watch and you were coming in late. Mm-hmm. If we had 1,000 pieces today, and I got to get done at the end of the day, and then you see up front I'm going to sell it. A lot of times it'll create that urgency and make people come on and let's go.
Yeah.
But had that been a $20,000 watch, I'd have gave a fair warning and then a last call and tried to get that last dollar, because that's not saying that $20 is invaluable, but like I said earlier, time is money, and we have to keep the thing moving and keep things going. So once that urgency is created, on a high dollar item, I've took 3 to 5 minutes. Usually selling cattle, I can sell 150 an hour comfortably. I have sold 180 an hour, which is 3 a minute. You get to breaking that down, but heavy equipment we'll usually sell somewhere around 50 an hour. So you're looking at a little over a minute per item.
Yeah.
So it's basically, again, just what you're selling and who you're selling it to.
All right, makes sense.
I guess this could be the last question. It's kind of something that was also wondering in my head. Would you ever like to be on the show Storage Wars?
Would I like to be on the show? I guess I'd give anything a try one time.
Because whenever they said that we was interviewing an auctioneer, that's the first thing that come up in my head.
Storage Wars. Yeah.
I think I used to watch that show. It was really interesting seeing.
It's pretty interesting, and obviously it's like any other shows. A lot of drama goes into it, and a lot of staging effects. But
definitely.
Yeah, sure, I'd give it a try if they want to go with it. That'd be cool with me.
Name your price.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We greatly appreciate it. And we wish you success in your future, and come back when you win that world title.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys for having us. Thank you.
Of course.